Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Virgo. That's Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising for the month of August 2025. Before we get started, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome to this wonderful community of like-minded souls. I think you're going to like it here. You probably already know a bunch of people who are already here. We tend to, be on similar channels, as it were. Uh, I also want to welcome my tried and true who have been with me for years. It's been a long and winding road, has it not been? And I've enjoyed every bit of it with you. We've been through a lot together, have we not? To my new members of my channel, thank you so much for your support. There's more to come. There's going to be more videos, and I am for the star seekers. There will be a live coming up shortly in August, actually. I've been trying. I've been promising this for a while, and I do apologize for it not coming up yet. It's been a very busy summer with classes and readings, but also I've had to drive my husband around a little bit, which is unusual. He's usually the one that does the driving, but that's sort of taken up some time for me. So I apologize for not getting that out in July. There's more adorables for the basket of adorables and more deplorables for the basket of deplorables. So keep your eyes open for that. And for my Patreon folks, you too will be getting more as well. And thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get started with we'll start with the astrology, general astrology for the month. And then what I'll do is we'll look at it specifically for your sign, and then we'll do the card reading. If you are not all that interested in the astrology, I will timestamp it and you can go right to the reading. All right, so let's do that. Let's get started here. All right. Okay, I'll do this. Very good. Okay, we're not starting here. Here we go. Okay, so we're in August now. And of course, every month there's a new vibration that we're working with. But there is a vibration that we're working with for the whole year, and that is the 9 vibration. That is the universal year vibration. And so the 9 sits here on the tree of life. It is connected to the Hermit card and the sign of Virgo. So this is your sign, this is your card, Virgo. This is your year, Virgo. 9 is about healing. It's about separating the wheat from the chaff. It's about perfecting. What do we want to hold on to? And what do we not need to hold on to? The process in the 9-year is one of releasing that which no longer serves, but focusing on the vision for the future. So this is an important time. It's not just about letting go, but it's about envisioning a future. The lantern that the hermit holds up is the lantern of your knowledge. And so it is of ultimate and utmost important that you share your gifts that are hard earned and hard won with others. And of course, you are a sign of service. So I don't really even have to tell you to do it because you're probably already doing it. We also are in the 8th month, so we look at the vibration of 8. 8 is as you sow, so shall you reap. 8 is located here on the tree of life and is connected to the strength card. The strength card is a Leo card. Of course, the sun is in Leo and the sun is in Virgo this month, right? So August is really a very important month, both astrologically and numerologically for you, Virgo. This is located energetically, if you were to overlay the chakras, in the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is where we co-create with spirit. So it is really important that we understand that we're not doing this by ourselves. We're doing this with the help of our guides and our angels. It is also an energy of self-expression. And so what we say matters. Now, expressing yourself is connected to Mercury. We do start the month with Mercury retrograde. It is your ruling planet. So you may not really feel like you're getting into your groove until after Mercury goes direct. We'll talk about when that happens. And then if you take these two vibrations, the 8 and the 9, and you add them, you get a 17-8, which is the star card. And the star card is associated and connected to the sign of Aquarius. And what's in Aquarius? Why Pluto is in Aquarius, the power to the people, right? So this is a very powerful time for the power of the people. It is also a very important time for meditation. If you can do a meditation each day, even if it's just for a few moments, following your breath, centering yourself and being in that energy of centering, you're going to, a lot of information is going to come in. That'll be especially helpful at the beginning of the month while Mercury is retrograde. Mars enters Libra early on the 6th of August. And as it moves into Libra, that means it's going to oppose the planets that are in Aries. We have Saturn in Aries and we have Neptune in Aries. Saturn opposite Mars. Mars is go, Saturn is stop. There will be brakes applied, and we will have a view of the reality of the situation we find ourselves in. Then the next day we have the full moon in Aquarius, which is full moons are also oppositions. So we'll have a good view of our personal experiences. That's the sun in Leo, and the more collective energy of the moon in Aquarius. It is activating the axis of love, personal love, and humanitarian love. So we'll have an idea of where our love is best served. And then on the same day, Mars opposes Neptune. And Mars is go and Neptune is fog. So it is not as easy to see where the boundaries are, if we can even see where the boundaries are, but it is an opportunity for us to utilize our imagination from infinity to beyond. But it's an observational period. It's not an action period. It's not about taking the action. It's about observing the possibilities for the future, right? We also then have on the 10th, Mars trine Pluto. This is I believe it's a waxing. Let me see. Pluto is in Aquarius. Mars is in, so waxing, a waning trine. It has the overlay energy of Sagittarius. It's an opportunity to teach what you know and take action on your knowledge. On the 11th, this is the day, guys, when Mercury stations direct. Now, it's been in Leo, stations direct at 5 of Leo. It does, oh dear, look, Saturn sextiles Uranus. Oh, okay. It does spend its retrograde period. It started its retrograde period on the 18th in July, and starts moving forward on the 11th. And so through July, it's been in Leo, went retrograde in Leo, and now in August, it goes direct in Leo. Leo is your 12th house, and we'll talk about that when we look at your chart. But the 12th house is the house where you're most connected to spirit. So again, meditation is an important time, even when Mars goes direct. Mercury. Mercury goes direct, it'll be important. We also have Saturn make a sextile to Uranus. This is part of a synodic cycle that began in 1988. And it is an opportunity to open up to progressive thinking. This is really, August is a time for us to open up to solutions, to bring more harmony to the world, and to move us forward in a way where we're raising all boats, which sounds, as we sit here and as I'm doing this in July, may sound ridiculous, because in July, it seems like everything that would move us in that direction has been shut down. But things don't stay shut down forever. And I feel like what's happening in July is like whoosh, and then August is whoosh, like that. Okay. If that made any sense. We also, from the 14th to the 18th, have a running sextile between Mercury and Mars. This is also a progressive sextile. Mercury is the mind, Mars is action. So our mind and our action are aligning in the direction of humanitarianism. And then on August 22nd, the sun moves in your sign. And of course, Virgo is a sign of service. And so this is really when things, I think, we get to see and we get to actually do what we need to do to make things better. We have a new moon in Virgo on the 23rd, the next day. And so you're planting seeds. That's your first house. We'll talk about it when we get to the chart that's specifically for you. On August 25th, Venus moves into Leo. And once she moves into Leo, a day or so later, let's see, 2 days later, she opposes Pluto. Oppositions are points of awareness. Venus deals with money, power, love. Pluto deals, well, love and money. Pluto deals with power, but there can be obsessiveness with Pluto. There can be control issues with Pluto. It's a rather licentious connection to Venus, but it is an aspect of exposure. So I feel like there's going to be an exposure around issues of sex, money, and power at the time that Venus opposes Pluto on the 27th. And then on the 28th, we have another spectacular sextile. This is the month of sextiles. And what I say when you say sextile in astrology, it's a good thing. Sex is good in astrology. I mean, sextiles are good in astrology. It's one of the jokes I tell my students. We have a waxing sextile between Uranus and Neptune. This is the first time these two planets have met in a Ptolemaic aspect since 1993 when they had their 3 conjunctions. This is an opening salvo to the seeds planted in 1993, which were metaphysical. For those of you who were around in 1993 and before that, realized the shift that occurred in the early 90s and then expanded within the 90s, only to kind of shut down a little bit in the 2000s. After 9/11, things sort of shut down. And they've kind of been shut down up to this point. I think Donald Trump's presidency, whether we like it or not, has opened the can of worms that had been closed. And now it's time for us to, we're in the 9 year, right? Separate the worms out from the stuff that's still viable and move forward from that. So this is going to be a pivotal month and an exciting month. And of course, the month 8 is as you sow, so shall you reap. And so if you've sown good seeds, you can expect to get good fruit. If you've sown seeds of evil and terribleness, you will get that. So good for you. Not you. You know who I'm talking about. Actually, Stephen Miller is a Virgo. I hate to bring that up to you guys, but Stephen Miller is a Virgo. So wait, Stephen, it's coming. Okay. Let's not talk about that. Let us get to your specific chart here. We're going to move right to Virgo. And there we go. There's our little elf man right there in Virgo. All right. So we start the month with the sun in your 12th house and Mercury there in your 12th house. The 12th house is the house of the other side with Mercury there and Mercury retrograde and Mercury direct for 2 months. You're getting a lot of information if you are inclined to look there. Your guides are close. And then when Venus moves in there, Venus loves being in the 12th house. Your guides are giving you all kinds of love. The sun moving through that 12th house can illuminate your own self-undoing and habit patterns that don't serve you. So if you see them, don't do them, right? Avoid, transcend them, avoid them. Don't do, realize that when I do this doesn't work out for me, so I'm not going to do that kind of energy. Then, of course, the sun on the 22nd moves into your first house, and then we have that new moon in Virgo on the 23rd. And so this is a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity to reinvent yourself. I love it for you, Virgo. The Venus does spend most of the month in your 11th house, along with Jupiter. We have that conjunction that I said happens. It's a really lovely conjunction in Pisces. In Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, so it even empowers it more. Very emotional, very sensitive. It's in your house of groups, group affiliations, so and friends. So this could be a very nice time to be there with your friends. Uranus, the planet of sudden change, is in your 10th house of career. So you may have already had a change in your career. It is going to move. Actually, this should not be here. It's actually going to move back into Taurus, but that doesn't happen until the fall. So right now it's sitting in that 10th house. And so I know that you like things to be more stable in your career, but Uranus disrupts that, but also brings in new opportunities. Neptune and Saturn are both in your 8th house. Right now they're moving retrograde. They will be making that opposition to um, Mars when it moves into Libra, bringing awareness to your resources, 2nd house, and your shared resources, 8th house. So there's an awareness around uh, both your values and your shared values. Um, and there is a certain amount of stop and imagine here, right? I spoke of that. Pluto is in your 6th house now for a long time. It's going to transform the way you serve. It's good. It could also transform your health. And so if you've been having health issues, Pluto moving through that house can be a rebirth of sorts. It does, to a certain extent, depend on your attitude, because Aquarius is an air sign, and air signs and attitude go together. Here's the trine here between Mars when it moves into Libra. Remember, I think this was on the what day was this? The trine, I think it was on the 15th, the 14th. No, it was earlier in the month, but it's it happens on a day, but the energy is there for the month for you. This is your house of money and this is your house of career, and trines are a flow. So there actually could be, and then we also have this happening here. We have a trine here. So you have a grand trine in air in your house of money, your money houses, or uh, the houses associated with your resources. So this is really an opportunity to bring in new ideas that will pay out big dividends, I think. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I want to say? The new moon is here. The full moon is in your house, is in your 6th and 12th house. One of the things that I want to say about Virgo and the whole idea of self-undoing is Virgo tends to be a little bit particular. And I know you Virgos are laughing because people might have called it something else. Um, and there is this sense that you're not perfect enough. And so sometimes it'll hold you back from taking a leap of faith or moving into something. You say, well, I don't know if I'm quite ready for that or whatever. You're ready. You do your due diligence. You're not one to jump into something without doing your research. So trust that. We all need some good Virgos out there. And I think you're going to be in great demand, quite frankly, for the rest of us who are not so comfortable with details. So I think just generally a really good month for you, Virgo. Okay, we're gonna get out of this. Maybe if I can remember how. Okay, yes, I do. All right, stop the share, baby. All right, I'm gonna grab a deck. I have my decks right here under my altar. Good place for your decks. It's sort of your altar will charge your decks if you keep them under your altar. I just happen to have an altar that has a shelf underneath it, so you don't have to go nuts on that. It just happens to work out for me. All right, detail-oriented Virgos that you are. I'm going to be using the Guardians of the Night Tarot. This one for Virgo. It is a big, funky deck, so give me a couple of seconds here to do my due diligence when it comes to shuffling. You know, we have to do it properly, right, Virgo? I'm teasing. I do have Virgo myself. I'm a Pluto and Virgo, born in the 60s, and I also have Mars there. So I can be a bit obsessive about details of things. Anybody who's taken any of my classes could probably attest to that. Um, I am going to be having a Kabbalah class coming up in September, so if you're interested in that, I'll mention that at the end of the video. All right, let's see what we have here. These cards are beautiful and they're very slippery. So I have to be very careful when I do this because I have had them fly off the table before. And then I have to bend down and get them all. So just waste time, waste time. Okay, let's see what the cards say, Virgo. Certainly the stars are saying good things. We start with the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. This is the Five of Pentacles is perhaps some feeling like you're at the bottom of something. It is associated with resources, so you may feel a little bit of poverty consciousness as you're starting this month. What's crossing it is abundance. So get that poverty consciousness out of your brain. That may be something that you need to let go of. Okay. Let it out because the Empress is here and the Empress is about abundance. So, what these two cards say to me is that if you feel impoverished or you are impoverished, part of it, if not all of it, but at least a significant part of it comes from the way that you think about your resources and your ability to manifest them. Underneath it all, we have the Knight of Wands, and I believe this might be a badger. Badgers don't give a shit. No, I mean that's the honey badger thing. Anyway, sorry. Or this could be a wolverine, actually. I think this is a wolverine. This is tenacity. At the bottom of this reading is tenacity. And if there's anybody tenacious, besides maybe a Cancer, it's you. You don't let go of anything. You don't let go of it until you think that you've done everything that you possibly can. So you have the stick-to-itiveness that you need, and you have the courage that you need. These cards are reminding you of that. In the past, we have the Ten of Cups, which is about happiness and family, contentment, lovely card to have in the past. There could be a little nostalgia about that. We are going through some pretty severe changes in the world. And I say these things and you're like, but look at the world we live in. Yeah, the world we live in is partly due to the attitude we've had in the past. So when you change your attitude in the present, your future changes as well. In the sky, we have the Two of Wands. This is an opportunity. Opportunity is knocking for you. There will be opportunities, doorways for you to move through. Do not be insecure that you don't know enough when you walk through these doorways. But we also see in this deck, we have a male lion and a female lion. This can also indicate that there might be some love coming in for you as well. In the immediate future, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the whistleblower. It's about being aware of your surroundings in case somebody's trying to pull something. All right. It's also about speaking the truth. The whistleblower card can be somebody who says what nobody else is willing to say, and breaks things open. So you may be doing that this month, but it does indicate that you need to stay aware of your environment this month in case not everybody is of good intention. How it's seen from the outside, we have the Five of Wands and we have the beaver here, the busy beaver. You are a busy beaver. You are working to you're working to protect your home, your resources. You're building something. You're building something to withstand the stormy waters that we're moving through. So people see your effort and they do appreciate it. We have the Ten of Wands in your domestic situation. This can be this is the salmon going upstream, right? It may feel like at home you're moving upstream. You're moving upstream, but eventually you make it there and you do what you need to do. Hopes and fears, the Hierophant. this is about listening to that small, still voice within. The Hierophant is an authority. Um, you may be hoping that you have the authority that you need, or you may be looking for an authority figure who will recognize you. And the outcome is the Nine of Cups. You will get your wishes. So make sure you are wishing big, wishing well. Let's see if we can get a major arcana. The Knight of Pentacles. This is one of your cards, right? Slow and steady. A little stubborn, maybe. The Mule. Democrat. No. The Page of Wands. Messages coming in. Okay, one more to see if we can get a major arcana. And the Two of Swords. No major arcana. But this is being at a bit of a stalemate. Decisions need to be made, but decisions will be made once you really think about it. Let's see what's underneath. We have the Ten of Pentacles, so that's resources, resources beneath you. The Judgment card, which is an awakening to your power. And the Five of Cups, which is about, despite the losses that you feel, rising up and taking what you still have and being reborn with it. So there is indication of real success here, but it may require you to let go of some things, and some of that may be painful. But the one thing I want you to let go of for sure is any doubt of your ability to be the best, because you truly are. Anything, for the most part, when we feel, and you know, sometimes you do have to go through the process and you're not quite ready, but the alarm clock is going off and we have to show up. And even if we don't feel ready, we still have to show up. So make sure you show up. And the most important place to show up for you is to show up for yourself. So make sure you do that. All right, one more card. We're going to pick an oracle card from the Mystic Sisters Oracle. And oh dear, one just jumped out. Metatrina. Metatrina jumped right out of the deck. Let's see what Metatrina is. She has a glass of wine in her hand, so we'll hear about this, right? Okay, Metatrina, here we go. Oh, I think you're gonna like this. Reward, success, and celebration. See, the cards are conspiring for you, darlings. Okay. The Roman goddess of wine, Metatrina, is traditionally celebrated when the grapes are harvested. And I believe the grapes are harvested in September or October. Wine is poured back. She symbolizes health and longevity. Wine is poured back into the earth out of gratitude for her abundance as an offering for another successful harvest. Um, I think that's called, there's there's a word for that. When you pour the wine on the ground. Abolitions. Anyway, okay, sorry. I'm being a little too Virgo, I think. Drawing this card is an indication that after a period of hard work and tremendous effort, the time of celebration has finally come. See, I told you. I told you. Listen to me. Okay. Um, she urges you to focus on gratitude for all you have been given. Realize that many gifts life has rewarded you with. It is spiritually beneficial to give back as well. Act charitably, participate in the cycle of good fortune, and good fortune will continue to come your way. Nothing to worry about. And I know that you have a PhD in worry. Enough. It's all coming. I think August is going to be a good month after many, many months of darkness. Take care, everyone. Have a great time. Have a great month. Enjoy your celebrations. Enjoy your life. Be grateful. Have a good attitude. You are enough. You can do it. Let go of self-criticism and any idea that you're not good enough. So September, I'm going to be doing another introduction to the Kabbalah. I do one in the spring and I do one in the fall. If you want to join that class, you can find the event on my events page on my website, The Seeds of Transformation. If the type of work that I do with the Kabbalah and astrology and numerology intrigues you, this would be the class that helps you to uh, initiate the process of learning that. So if you're interested in that, um, you can check out the events page. I haven't actually put it up because I haven't looked to see when I'm starting it, but I'm feeling that it's either going to be the second or third week of September. It depends on when Memorial Day is because a lot of people have to get their kids and their grandkids and all that stuff organized to go out to college or go to school. So I like to give the first week or so of September to what you need to do for your families. And then you get to have fun in a class. And I know you Virgos love to learn, so join us if you like and if you can. All right, guys, have a great month. I think it's going to be a good one. Boy, we really need a good month, don't we? All right, take care, everyone. And I'll see you next month. I'll see you in September. Until then, be good to yourself. Namaste.